All right. Hey guys, welcome back to podcast 126. This is episode number 2. We did last episode last week, but the times are a bit messed up at the moment. I will say that last week on the last episode we did say that we'd be uploading every Tuesday. That's my bad. We'll be recording on Tuesdays potentially and uploading on Fridays. So that's kind of the time frame that we have for that. But today I want, when I go through your names, everyone say hello, okay? Sam, hello. Okay,
what?
this
there we
is
go.
Shambles. Bevan, say hello.
I don't know how you say hello. I can't say it properly.
Yanniek, say hello. Okay, Blue, say
Hello.
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 Bobby, say hello. Or not. And Dom, say hello. This is fucking shambles.
I don't know how
You're
to say
You're
hello.
all shambles today. What's going on? Okay,
We're not in the mood. We're all
So-
hungry. We want to go eat dinner, mate.
go eat dinner
That's
then. Go eat. Go. I don't care. Go eat.
Sam, one of us is in a portrait
Okay,
camera angle.
Right.
What do you
Well,
expect?
listen. Right. Since Blue is complaining the most out of everyone, Blue, how's your week
Yeah.
been?
Shit, because this fucking shitty call here. One person's got his portrait. Dominic with his anime picture with one red eye. Who's that then? Cyborg. We've got a person whose profile picture is already dead. We've got a man who wants to say hi, is playing Warzone. We've got someone munching air, and then we got you. Sorry, mate.
Thank you, Blue. But no, seriously
Bro, I
though.
don't know what you're talking about. Look at your profile.
Okay, no, shut
Yeah,
up. This
than
is no
yours,
time for
mate.
arguments. This is no time for arguments. Blue, how genuinely, how has your week been? Like, how's school been so far?
Incredible.
Why has it been incredible?
Watch Venom 2. There you go. Stop munching air.
Did you like it, Blue? Did you
Yes.
like it? Okay, good. Right, I'm gonna go around asking everyone how their weeks have been, just so we can do a mini catch up. I'm gonna start with Bevan. Bevan, how's your week been, man?
Boring.
Look at him.
Hello,
Look at
Livy.
him.
Work.
What's work like at the moment?
It's alright. It's fun.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
It's a bit slow, but it's fun.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bobby, how's your week been, man?
I swear it's only been one day.
Yeah, but like, okay, half term then, because I barely spoke to you during half term. What happened during half term?
Nothing.
By the way, just for context for people who don't live in the UK or don't know this, last week for us was half term.
Okay, unique.
People have only been back to school for a day, but I'm still asking. But yeah, did you do anything nice, Bobby, during half term? See family? Like, what happened?
What do you mean during half term? It's still half term.
It's still half
it
term.
isn't.
What? No, it's
No,
not.
it isn't.
For me,
What
it
is?
is.
No, what? No, it's not.
What
I've got
special
the whole
school
of
are
this
you at,
week
man?
off.
Well, how has it been then? What have you been up to?
God's sake.
Nothing. Not going to school.
That's
You
not
know what?
very
Fair
good.
enough. Next person, Sam.
Okay,
Next person.
Yanniek, how's your week been? How's stuff been for you?
Amazing. I had vacation. Like I was just free. I didn't have school.
Okay,
Have school, so yeah.
all
That's
right,
like amazing.
fair enough. Okay, all right. I don't know if you had break as well, but was it okay if you have been? Okay, great. Blue, I know I've asked you already, but what are your thoughts going into this right now?
Well, it's the shambles. One person still chewing air, and then on my top above
Stop
me.
it.
I don't fucking get it.
Stop.
It's just playing fucking.
Thank God.
Okay.
Bobby's actually in it to win it. Yannick can't spot a camera out. He's in Candyland because he's just eating too much apparently with his mic muted.
And her connection is.
And Blue just wants to watch Man United lose another match.
Listen here, you fucking air munching merchant. Listen, I don't know what you're chatting about. Well, how has your weekend been?
That
God.
was better before you came into this
Too
chat, to be
busy
honest.
chewing air, yeah, as yeah, we knew. Too busy
Anyway,
chewing air over the weekend.
this podcast isn't about arguments. Dominic, how's your
is.
week been?
Shit.
Well, it's been alright.
Are you Dominic, Blue? Are you Dominic? Shush. Go on, Dom.
Hopefully not.
Well, it was alright because on Halloween I went trick or treating with my cousins and it was really fun.
Cool. How was half time for you?
Oh, it was good because I went to Spain and I got to chill with my family. It was really fun.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And Sam, I'm gonna ask you again. Technically, what have you been up to recently? What's
I want a
Don't
refund
say
on my
none.
week.
Oh, for God's sake! What's happened, Sam? Do you want to explain to everyone what happened yesterday with the wooden brick, the wooden block?
Oh, first day back to school. Yeah, I'm gonna mute Blue for this one before he says anything. First day back to school, right? I'm just chilling. I get whacked over the head by someone with a wooden brick. So I get a
Mad.
little metal thing and I whack him across the face, right? And then I'm the one that gets the tension. Like,
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that, young man.
he whacked me with a brick. It was wooden, but it's still a brick, man.
I mean, Bevan, it is fair. It is fair. It's only fair.
Self-defense, you know?
You f***ing bastard.
Oh, shut up. Okay. Right. So, one of the main subjects that we want to talk about for this is,
Stop licking the mic.
God's sake, is something that people have been wanting to like talk about because people are passionate about it. And I know Bevan and Blue are gonna have the most to say
Can I
about
guess?
this.
Can I guess?
Go on.
Idea of chewing air.
Oh, for God's sake.
Who is chewing air? I'm so fucking...
You!
Bevan.
Me.
You are chewing air. Yeah.
I'm sitting here like this.
No wonder someone hit a brick at you. Too busy chewing air in the classroom.
Simon's okay. So, this is the biggest thing. I know a lot of
like
you are
to
going to
kill
have
this
stuff to
child.
say about. What do you guys think about the subject of next generation consoles, stuff like that?
Tom is creaming himself after that. What you just said.
Who is?
I know
Me.
Bev will have a lot to say
Tom.
about this. Bevan, what
It
is your
seems
opinion?
slightly unfair,
No,
as
it's
I'm
not.
the only Xbox player in this.
Yeah,
whole
you should get
podcast.
out as
No,
well.
no,
Yeah.
Bevan is as well. Bevan is as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Bevan,
Okay, I can live with
what
that.
do you think about the next gen consoles? Ones that could be coming in the future.
Ones that could be coming in the future.
Either the ones that are
Right,
now or the
well-
ones that are coming in the future.
Well, the next gen we've got now, they're good. I think they're a bit overpriced, however. And all I can say is that you're better off buying a console over a PC.
Well,
No, listen,
Sam.
I say that. No, shush, let me talk. I only say that because what is the point? What's the need in you spending thousands and thousands of pounds on getting this amazing PC set up, only for the next year you've got to spend another $3,000 getting some stupid graphics card to make your game look nice? What's the point?
there's a big point because a PC can do a lot more than a console can do.
No, they
Like-
can't actually.
Like,
Right. Let's
Exactly.
talk about how clean and quickly you can surf the internet on a PC compared to a console. Consoles are really shit compared to that.
Yeah, but Sam, there's a thing called a phone, right? It was made in the 1800s. You get your phone up, you go on Google or Google Chrome, you search what you want to search up, and you got it in 2 seconds.
That's a handheld device. Why would you not
Yeah.
want a PC where
handheld
it's
device.
the PC is the almighty
Well, you can't take your
thing?
PC with you, can you, when you go to your pal's house?
Yeah, but it's like a phone then.
Exactly.
But it's like a phone then. So
Well, you can't call people on it. You can't take it with you.
Thin anal. You've had a stinker here. You've had a
Blue,
stinker.
I
here.
will remove you from this group in a second.
Okay, can I argue my point, please?
Go on then.
You're telling me that PC's better, right? When
Yes.
you chewing air over there are definitely gonna break their PC in the next 2 years. I'm not joking. Right? You're gonna crush one of the keys, and poor Blue there's
Fuck
already
off,
crushed one
Bevan.
of his keys today. One of them's come off, literally. So it's gonna break.
Fair enough.
All right. What happens when you rage at Fortnite? That we all know you really love that, or rage at
Can't say it.
Candy Crush Frozen Edition, and
Or fucking chewing air simulator.
your controller snaps in half. You have to gotta buy a new
But
controller, don't you?
No, you go to game, you get a new controller, you're sorted.
You go
Oi,
to
oi,
fucking
oi.
GameStop, you get a new keyboard, you're sorted.
Did you just say
much
my
is
GameStop?
keyboard?
controller's only like
50
20,
Okay,
quid.
but you
40
can buy a controller. But you can buy a controller for 50 quid, yeah. But then when you want to get a gaming PC and you want to get all the gaming shit to go with it, you spend about £300 on a fucking keyboard that has A, Y, and Z on it.
In
Pathetic.
fairness, like
What's the point of AYZ?
To be fair, that
Only
is
only
true.
for it to make a clicky noise. Only for it to make a clicky noise. I'm sorry, but Anyone who does that, mentally ill in the head.
Samakin and Blue. Yeah,
Every
top right
PC
corner.
player in the
My
world is
keyboard's a
mentally
budget
ill.
Okay, well, Blue,
Hmm.
we all know you've broken your keyboard about 10 times on Valorant. We know that. So how much have you spent on your PC?
About 1.5 thousand.
Now, you can get a console, PS4 or
Well,
PS5.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna pause you there.
Shh,
I spent £6,000 on a game.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
But can
you
you?
can get a console for 500 quid. That console is more durable than some shitty thin PC. Yes, it is. You get one knee on your keyboard, it's finished. You try and knee your controller, you're gonna hurt yourself.
You drop your PlayStation once, you gotta replace it.
No, you don't. It
Yes,
takes
you
an absolute-
do.
a-
The
a
same for a
console-
PC. The same for a PC.
But a PC isn't meant to be dropped. It's meant to stand upright.
That's the thing with
Whereas a
rage quitting.
PlayStation, it can be easily thrown off.
Oh, Hail Mary
But
full of
PC,
fucking grace.
You can easily kick a PC. You can easily punch a PC.
I can easily
You can
punch you in the
easily
fucking
punch a
face.
PlayStation.
Look. Let's leave. Right, this is how I think we should end it.
And already.
Console wars. Listen. Console wars are pathetic. They're for 4-year-olds. Okay, but let's leave it at this. Consoles are better than PCs, price-wise.
Let's leave it at this.
And they're
PCs.
portable.
Let's be real. Seriously. PCs will always be superior, but consoles have their fair advantage.
Libby just said anyone that's got a PC has at least at some point owned a PlayStation or Xbox and has argued that console was better,
No.
Until
not
they
really.
try PC.
Okay.
or has one as well.
I've never said a
Try
console was
PC
better
and
than a
you'll
PC.
prefer.
Sam.
Which one?
Why'd you get a PC?
Which one?
Oh, Finn Anal. Why'd you get a PC?
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you, it was actually originally intended for like college purposes, but because of COVID, I had to drop out for this year because of health problems.
Yep.
So that's the only reason why I have one.
Okay. Now, why you on your PC now more than your PlayStation?
Because it's better.
How?
It's so much better. I can do more things. I can talk to different people. I can play games that you can't play on your
Yeah.
console.
And I've got a valid argument here.
Go
When
ahead.
your PC gets a virus, you can't come crying to us saying, "Oh, we got a virus. Help us, help us."
I have a PlayStation as a backup, do I not?
No. It's
PlayStation's
your
a
own
backup.
fault. It's your own fault. It's your and Blue's own fault that you've got a PC and that a virus is going to come and annihilate everything on your device.
Right, and
What are
you
you gonna do
can't you can't tell me that if you were offered a PC, you would take it and you'd use it more than your
Oh
PlayStation.
no, because I'd rather have
You
a
can't tell me
PlayStation.
that. If you had a
Hold on.
PC, say for example you had a really good PC, right? You cannot tell me that you wouldn't use that more than a console. You cannot
Would
tell
use my
me.
console more because I don't want to get DOM virus on my PC. Thank you very much.
Well, then what's the point in having a PC?
I don't want a PC.
But I'm saying if you did, you literally are using a laptop right now, are you not?
That's different than a PC.
It's still the same. It's still
What
the
if
same.
the laptop
Not
could
to
play
the same.
games
A
better
laptop
than your
can
PS4?
still catch a virus.
No. Did you just say a laptop could play better games?
No,
than a
I
Yes.
said,
PS4?
what if your laptop was a gaming laptop and you could play games at 120 frames per second? Would you
Too
play
bad,
that more than
I'm
your
not getting a
PS4?
virus. I'm not getting a virus. Too bad. No, go on my
Well,
PlayStation.
you
So
can't
you'd
just...
prefer struggling
I will
60
be
frames per
dropping out of this
second?
conversation, muting my mic, and going to watch a Man United
Okay,
match.
bye, mate. See
Stop
you
chewing
later.
here. Stop talking about PCs.
Enjoy yourself, Blue.
Stop playing Warzone. Don't you wave at me. Get your camera sorted out.
Enjoy yourself, Blue.
Bobby, just be Bobby.
Bye,
Don't
Blue.
stop
See you
talking.
later, Blue.
I haven't even talked.
I disconnected him on purpose. Jesus
Thank you.
Christ. Okay,
Great.
great,
Now the podcast can finally just be
great,
the podcast.
great start. Great start. We do need to genuinely on that subject though. We do have to admit a PC is superior because it can do more things that a console can do.
Nope.
It can
You
do
mean a console
everything a
can't?
console can do, plus more.
However,
Exactly.
wait, can we
No.
talk about something?
Shut up, Bobby.
To be fair, PS4 and Xbox both do have their fair exclusives.
Right? Fair enough.
Do you know? Right. Hold on. I'm gonna change the subject a tad here. Let's talk about console exclusives here.
Go on then.
Now,
That's what I was just talking about.
PlayStation has better ones.
No, right.
Mhm.
No, listen, shush. Console exclusives are pathetic.
Fair enough. I do agree with that. I wish I wasn't, because it kind of ruins it for people. Because say for example, Spider-Man PlayStation 4, everyone wants to play that, but they can't play it unless they have a PS4. You know,
Exactly.
or like Halo, PlayStation players can't play that unless they have an Xbox. So that's a big problem. But sometimes you'll have games that will cross over to other consoles. But I see no point in Xbox's Game Pass. No point in that, in my opinion. But at the same time, I feel like PlayStation should also have something like that. But they have PlayStation Now, so fair enough. But it is, console wars should not exist. They should have never exist. Not one is. It's clear that some are better
you
than
know what?
others, but go on.
Do you know what? This is how. Do you know what? I think that all consoles are pretty much the same. Some of them just have better things to play on.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Like, you can't tell me that an Xbox fucking One S or Series X or whatever it is better than a PS5. Like,
Oh no,
I would
not
say
even,
that.
not even close. Whoa! Did you just say Series X?
yeah, whatever the new one is.
It's not. Oh, sad.
And why is that, Bobby? I haven't
Hold
heard
on, hold on.
Bobby. I haven't heard much from you. Why is that?
Why is what?
Why is an Xbox better than a PlayStation? Please tell me.
I never said that. Those words never left my mouth.
Oh, so you never said no to my statement? Okay,
Hold on,
Yeah, I
Sam,
disagree
Sam.
that one's better than the other.
Sam, hold on.
go on.
I don't know where you got the information from that PlayStation was better than that. And as PlayStation 5 was better than a Series X, but
Honestly.
I mean,
it's a bit incorrect, mate. Just a bit.
please explain. Please do explain.
All right. First of all, the graphics that you can get on a Series X are 100% better. The console's a lot quieter than console. The Series X is a lot quieter than the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more powerful. It's got more. Look, do you know what? The best way to put it, right, is Xbox. Remember, Xbox is owned by the man who made pretty much owns the internet. So he has access to anything he wants, and he can make anything he wants. The Xbox Series X, right, is pretty much a PC just without a mouse and keyboard and a good internet browser.
Why would
Pretty
I want to? Why would I want to play on a fridge though? Why would I want to play on a
Are we
fridge?
going to talk about how
Why would you want to play? Why would you want to play on?
Why would I want to
internet?
play on a fridge? Tell
We're
me.
going to talk about how we had a whole conversation about.
Anyway, I know I did say console wars shouldn't exist, but some are better than others. That's all I'm saying. But
So clearly, you do want them to
It's
exist.
definitely Xbox better than PlayStation.
anyway, it shouldn't be without question that a PC is better than a console. But you guys disagree,
Disagree.
which is fair enough. You can have your opinion, but it's obvious. That's all I'm saying. I'll just that actually reminds me of something. Tell me, what would you say is better, streaming on a console or streaming on a PC?
PC,
Exactly.
obviously.
Yeah,
But
but that's
that
like its
doesn't prove
bonus.
anything.
That's like it's what's better than
You know,
what makes it better than console.
If you're using a console like I do for making videos and stuff, then you'd understand from the perspective that PC is better because it's more capable of doing that kind of stuff.
Sam, hold on. Use a PC, right? And you say that PC is better in every way, but you still use a console to edit your videos. Why don't you just use your PC?
Not anymore. We've moved on. We've moved on. I used to use that before I had a PC. Now I'm using PC to edit my stuff. Like now, we're recording this podcast on a PC. Wouldn't be able to do that on a PlayStation. Wouldn't be able to do that on an Xbox.
Because that's not the point of a PlayStation or Xbox.
But that's the point of the argument.
Well, no, because you can't compare two things that are completely different.
You just said they're pretty similar.
No, it's like me trying to say.
Did you or did you not say a minute ago that consoles are pretty much the same as a PC? Did you not?
I don't remember saying this.
Well, the whole main subject was that point, was it not?
No, the idea is that a PC has different purposes than Xbox or PS4 because
Do you know what?
the consoles are meant for gaming. A PC isn't just meant for gaming.
Depends on what kind of PC you buy.
I've got a question, right? Sam, did you prefer PCs over computers before you got your PC?
To be honest, no. No, because I've always been. Well, hold on. I've always been brought up with console, but I was always like, oh, I wish I had a PC because I could do more stuff on it. This PC that I've got isn't a gaming PC. It's intended for work, but it still works like a dream.
Because I
So
was gonna say, you
Right.
know, I was on console and I was like, oh, it's much better. It's better for the price. But you don't get it until you properly play at 120 frames per second with no struggle, and then you've got like I could be playing the game, easily switch over to a
Mhm.
Google browser without having to change.
exactly.
Or I could be watching YouTube on the side while playing the game. You can't really do that on a console without a secondary device.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you can't really tell me that like
Fair enough.
the best memories of like having a console is
Yeah.
knowing that you have those people that are, like 10 times faster than you. Like everyone enjoys raging once in their life.
But it's not necessarily you don't have a console just to intend to rage, do you? Like you don't go ahead and buy a console and say, "Do you know
But
what?
it's part of it.
I'm
It's
bit."
part of it.
No. You don't go and say,
When you buy
"I'm buying a console
when
so I can rage." You don't do that.
when you
No
buy
one
a
does
console,
that.
you don't
I didn't
think
realise I
when you
won.
buy a console.
Nice, Bevan. But you don't
Sorry.
you don't intentionally buy a PlayStation or an Xbox to say, "Oh, do you know what? Right? I want to buy it just so I can throw my controller at the screen." You don't do that, do
Everyone
you?
knows. Everyone knows though. When you buy an Xbox
Right, look.
or a PS, that eventually, at one point, you're gonna end up throwing your controller across the room.
I do want to say
It's-
I'm
it's-
sorry, Cross, but Switch is invalid here. I'm sorry, but Switch is invalid. But sorry, go on, continue, Bobby.
No, I finished my point.
Okay, go on.
I will say, right, when you said about oh sorry, did I
No,
No, go on,
Sam,
go on.
go on.
when you said Switch is invalid, did you guys see the Steam Deck?
The Steam Deck,
Yeah, so it's like the Nintendo Switch, but it's got Steam. So
right?
you've got all your PC games portable, and it hooks up to a TV or a monitor.
Ooh.
I
like,
don't want to be playing at
that-
30 frames per second.
It actually has a good graphics card. You'll be playing around the same as a good new Xbox or PS5.
Well,
You know, like so you've got your portable, you've got your console, and you've got your PC built in one.
fair enough. But Switch is.
Right, look, can I just
Go on, Bev. Go on.
right? You know Paul, my uncle, yeah.
Yes, I do.
Right, he's got a 30. Is it a 3080 GTX or something like that? Whatever it is,
Something.
the best graphics card or something like that. I don't know.
90.
Right, he's got a 3090, and he's got everything that helps it run smoothly, perfect. He can play a game that he wants on the highest resolution he wants, and still have 120 frames. You know, no lag, no input lag, anything like that. And I still have to say that even after playing on that, I still prefer console. I still feel like console. There's just something about console that I think people prefer over. I don't know what it is, but I think that there's parts of a console that people prefer over PC.
I will say, console or controllers are hard to get used to than a keyboard and mouse. There's an argument that console or controllers are really hard to get used to compared to WASD and moving around with a mouse and keyboard, you know? And I slightly agree with that.
Oh yeah, everything's kind of
Yeah, take a
Don't
game like Fortnite, for example, just quickly. Take a game like Fortnite, right? You've got to move all your buttons around, whereas on a PC you can just have that preset. You know?
exactly. Look, I think we should come off of this topic before someone actually ends up killing the other person.
Yeah, if they listen to this
So-
podcast, they're gonna be like, "What are you saying?"
So let's move on. What's the next topic?
Right.
Before we go on the next topic, let's just leave it at console wars are pathetic. All consoles have their own unique things, and we should just leave it at that. Just whoever if you like something different to the other person, don't argue about it. Just get on with your
True
life.
that. True that.
Amen.
Okay.
Let's go on to the next topic.
Right. So, this is actually kind of leads in nicely, I guess. What is something? I'm going to ask you all something. If you can set a personal goal for the next 2 months until the end of the year or month or however long, what is your personal goal to have for the end of the year?
Not to eat KFC
And why is that?
because I usually eat it on a daily, but it costs us a lot of money.
Yeah, no shit, Bevan. No shit.
But I also had to say,
What do you mean you eat it every day?
I said I used to eat it on a daily, but I also I think that cutting my game hours down, gaming time, I think cutting that down because playing too much console is really not good for you.
Right. I agree. I mean, yeah, that is a good goal. Is there any like actual like personal goals, like mentally, physically, emotionally?
Not mentally or physically, but more of I think at the moment my main goal would be to just have my business up and running
Have a house, maybe.
as soon as possible and own my own house.
Maybe.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a understandable one.
Maybe.
Bobby, have you got any idea?
Uh,
Something you want to achieve by the end of the year, before New
I
Year?
don't know. Be more
Nothing.
confident,
Right.
I guess.
Right. That's a good one. I know a lot of people do struggle with confidence and like self-care and stuff like that. So I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. Dom, anything?
Well, I want to achieve to hit 20k followers on TikTok, and I also want to start actually streaming on Twitch.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I will say though, like what Bobby said, you want to have more confidence because I will say the other day we were having a talk about that, and you were saying to us that you're not very confident in wanting to do that and like talk and make commentary in your own streams and videos. So to have confidence, like Bobby said, is something that he wants to have. I think that's something you should also work on. Having the confidence to just go with the flow, do what it is, who cares what people think of me, just go ahead and go for it.
Yeah.
Yanniek, have you got anything you want to work on towards the end of the year?
To get more motivation so I can study, because now it's like I need to study for this test. Oh no, I don't want to do it, and it's just like no,
Right.
I didn't do it for the old test.
Yeah, okay. That's something I'm gonna say I personally struggled with as well. I was stupid enough and I didn't study properly in my last year of secondary school. And I'm gonna be honest, I failed like 5 of my GCSEs out of 9. So I did really, really bad. But the the times were kind of different because we were the first year to not actually have to do our GCSEs because of COVID. So it was going based on grades you'd had before, and to be honest, in my last year I wasn't trying very much because I didn't care and I wasn't motivated. So that is a very, very smart and brave thing to want to achieve.
Can
Sam? Oh yeah, sorry, go on, Bevan. Go on.
Can I just say one thing that I did when I was at school that sort of I did shocking in my GCSEs, but one thing I did that actually sort of helped me was kind of read out what you're studying on paper and then write it down and kind of make a song out of it to stick it into your head.
Right.
Or what you can do, write it down and then memorize it as if it's like a play or something like that. That helped me, so I don't know if that'd help you lot.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of teachers actually do recommend. They say come up with like a little tune or a little song or hum something that you're going to remember because it will most likely stick in your head because music is scientifically proven to stay within your brain and it will remind you of stuff, and once you hear like a specific thing it will make you think of things. So that's a really good way of learning and doing things.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, go on.
yeah. No, we have like something that's called ezelsbruggetjes, and
Okay.
then you have like a word, and you need to make a dumb thing out of it, like candle. That's like something, and then that's like something that's really stupid. So
Okay.
you can remember that's what it means.
All right. Okay. That's clever.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's only working for me with the Greek, Latin, with the languages, not really with the math, science.
right. Right. I mean,
This all started with a big bang. Bang.
whatever makes you learn better is great. Whatever helps you to study and will help you hopefully get those grades. I do recommend don't stress too much, because I know it's easier said than done, but if you stress too much, it will make you not want to do anything. So kind of, as long as you're prepared and you take your time, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's that easy to be like, don't be stressed, because we have like normally 3 to 4 tests a week, and then like 1 week that we have like 10 tests in that whole week. So that's like pretty annoying,
Yeah,
and
it
kind
must
of hard
suck.
to.
It must be really annoying. But they're all just,
Yeah,
see, a lot of things that students do is they're like, "Oh, I hate my teachers, they're making me do all of this," but we don't realize until we leave school that they're just doing it for our own benefit. They're just trying to help us. Some teachers, fair enough, are assholes. I will admit that. Some teachers are assholes, but the majority of them are just trying to do what's best for you. And they've got to teach a whole year group. They've got to teach even sometimes the whole school in order to get things into your head. So sometimes they take stress out from themselves and put it onto people. So I get that.
Look. This is I saw.
Just London schools.
I seen something the other day, right, which I thought was quite interesting. Teachers can only teach one lesson. Every teacher can only teach one lesson. They can't teach multiple. Yet they expect us to be able to learn every single lesson that's on that school curriculum,
Right.
which it's too. The depression rates and anxiety rates in young people under the age of 21 have risen since 2016 immensely because of schools.
Yeah, I was
They're
gonna
not.
say.
It's not. Go on.
I was gonna say snowflakes, but yeah, you're right. You're right.
Snowflakes.
That is a subject that we need to talk about another day. But yeah, it is true. It is true. I mean,
Right.
young people from the age of, I think it's 4 and 5 are their most kind of, those are those years that you're really learning about a lot of stuff. But when you're 10 to 15 is when you take in the most of your information. And the fact that they pressure kids and teenagers and students to do all these things really stresses them out, and teachers don't really understand what the students might feel, because they don't, it's not that they don't care, it's that they just want them to do well, to be honest, in my opinion.
All I can say, right, is if you're still in school, college, uni, whatever it is, just get your head down. Don't mess about. Don't mix with the wrong people, and just get on with what you got to do.
Exactly.
But my laptop's gonna die soon, so
Okay, that's
what's
alright.
the topic?
That's right, cut it short if you want to, that's understandable. I will just say one last thing about this school thing though, particularly to Sam, Bobby, Dom, and Yanniek. Try and knuckle down the best you can, because me and Bevan are obviously the older out of everyone here, and I'm in college, Bevan's in work. College is going to be fun. After you've done your school and you've done all your exams, you don't necessarily have to worry about things as much. Things just get easier from there. Okay, I left secondary school feeling shitty. I got into college and I was so happy. I was like, college is so much better than this. But obviously, some of us are different. Like Sam's in Ireland. He won't go to college until he's 18. It's a weird rule over there. Don't know why. Yannick, I'm not sure about over there. But
yeah,
yeah, you do your end of year and then you go to college when you're 16, 15. So
19.
oh
Look,
wow.
don't wait.
Yeah, no,
Don't wait.
it's like different periods, and I have chosen the longest time that I have need to be in school, like 6 years, but because I redid a year, I need to be there 7 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But all I'm gonna say, yeah, don't waste your youth years because as soon as your high school years are gone, that's it. You ain't gonna get them back. You can't redo years after that.
Mm.
Don't mess it up, especially with college. Don't mess college up. Just get on with it.
Mm.
Do what you've got to do. Study as hard as fuck. Because do you know what, right? You don't want to your entire life. If you don't go to school and do what you've got to do, and you mess about and all that, you're gonna be stuck in a 9 to 5, earning somebody else money. And you don't want that. You want to be earning out. You want to be going out there, earning your own money, doing times that you want to do for work, and in those times that you're not working, still have money coming in. That's the sort of thing you want to do. Go to school, knuckle down, get your head down, do what you got to do. But I think that if anyone else has anything to say about school, get it said now or move on to the next topic.
Last thing, to keep your mind at ease, college or after your last year of school is so much easier. At least from my experience, it's so much more less stressful than school is because you don't have to worry about as much. But I'm not saying completely slack off. I'm saying you don't have to worry about 9 different subjects or 10 different subjects. You can pick a certain amount that you want to do and do your passions kind of thing, but you've got to have the grades for it. You got to have the good grades for it. That's why last year I did 2 subjects that I wanted, but I had to wait till this year until I could do all the subjects I wanted because I didn't have the right GCSEs for them. So get your exams done, get all the grades you need, and you'll have the time of your life after that. You'll have the time of your life, but don't waste your youth years. Don't waste them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, next topic.
I didn't ask one. There's one thing I forgot, Sam. I didn't ask you what is something you want to achieve by the end of the year. Didn't ask Sam.
I'm just gonna knock it down at school, to be honest.
Fair enough.
That's really it. Same as everyone else. But I mean,
yeah.
I'm just gonna sit at the back of the classroom just doing nothing.
But no, like, what's an actual personal goal you want to achieve? Like, I feel like that's more of like a yearly kind of goal. What's something you want to achieve in the next 2 months?
Don't have one.
Really?
I live by the day.
Nothing like you want to get out of the house more, you want to do more social stuff, and it can be anything. It could be you want to get better at a game, anything.
No.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Okay. I mean, have a think about it. If you think about it towards the end of the podcast, we'll come back to it. But I feel like it's only right, before we move on to our next topic, I feel like what we did last time was right. And I think it's the perfect time to take a little break. So, guys, we're going to take a little break here like we usually would. And we'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, guys. We are back with the second part of the podcast. I hope you are all enjoying it so far. We've lost 2 members, sadly. We lost Bevan and Bobby. Obviously, we lost Blue at the very beginning, but that's an exception. Blue's Blue. We all know what Blue's like. But I think we are ready to move on to our second topic. We still got Sam, Dom, and Yanniek. They're all still here. Sam's got his camera off for a minute, and Dom is, I don't know. I don't know why he's got his camera off, but it's
What's
okay.
that meant to mean?
It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Right. Hold on a second, you lot. I need to just find something quickly. Obviously, we're recording now, but I just need to get something. No, I'm not going to go AFK, but hold on. Right. That's actually a clever one. I've just seen that. It's a bit random compared to what the last segment was about. But what do you guys think about fashion? Modern day society's fashion. What do you think of it? And do you have a
I
specific
don't really
type?
keep up with fashion.
Really? Okay. Sam, what were you
I
saying?
don't.
I said, have you seen the fashion shows nowadays?
I'm not
Like,
talking-
I've seen people like a
Permanently.
full-on fashion show with like press and everything. They come out wearing a trash can, and they're like, "Oh my god, I need that. I'm gonna walk down the street in that."
I'm talking about, like, what would you say is appropriate
That's what I
clothing? Like,
think.
what would you say stereotypical normal clothing is nowadays? Like,
Clothing that's made out of
You can
not
wear
trash.
what you want. I don't really care.
I mean, like jeans, tracksuit. What would you say?
But not
Tracksuits quite
actual
popular.
objects. Like I've seen a catwalk of someone wearing a fucking sofa.
Exactly. What is the
Yeah,
word
but
comta?
that's like that's more like artistic expression, really. I
How
mean,
can
like,
you call that art? That's just
no,
weird.
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about specifically modern day society and what people are wearing. Like, what would you wear if you were to go out right now? What would you roughly wear? You'd wear a hoodie, a shirt, like tracksuit bottoms. What would you wear?
Yeah. Well, usually I just run with jeans, a hoodie, and my 270s.
Right. That's like your stereotypical kind of trendy clothes, I guess. Do you ever contemplate wearing things that might make you stand out? For example, like really bright, colorful clothing, or
No, who
have
wants
you?
to stand out?
Well, what's wrong with standing out? Please tell me.
No, nothing's nothing's wrong with standing out, but
No, I'm
yeah.
just specifying the fact of, is there necessarily an issue with standing out? What would you? Oh my God,
I
Hyder.
mean, listen, all I'm saying. Oh fucking hell! Why's my? You turn that on? What?
Your head was huge. No,
Because my head
joking.
is so close to the camera.
Joking, I'm joking. Right, stop turning it on and off.
There's
Stop.
nothing on.
He's trying to play Roblox, isn't he? He's
This
trying
out,
to.
edit this out. Edit this out.
Probably.
It's like me and Minecraft on our bed wars. I go to do one thing and it just does a different thing.
Anyway,
Trying to fucking play it.
okay. Would you? What do you guys think about dyeing your hair? Would you dye your hair?
I already did it
Right.
once.
Sam,
Yeah,
Dom.
that's what's cool.
I mean, my hair was blue for a period of
I've
time.
dyed my hair once, and it was alright.
Exactly.
I mean, it's alright.
Right, but then would you
Definitely
not?
makes you stand out if that's what you're going for.
Exactly. Would you not consider that standing out?
I was standing out indeed, but
Yeah.
I didn't mind. It was like pretty funny.
I mean,
I guess it depends on, what color. If you dye it blonde or brown or black, you're not gonna stand out. But pink,
okay, because my hair's totally not
and
blonde,
blue
but
and green. Well, no, but people aren't gonna,
when
be
you have a
staring at you
brown when
because you've
you
got
have a brown
blonde hair.
beard, when you have a brown beard and bright blonde hair, you definitely stand out. But I'm not going for a standout look. I just like it.
But I mean more like standing out. Like,
Right.
let's be honest, if you see someone with blonde, like yourself, right? And you see someone with bright pink hair, what one are you more likely to look at?
Right, the pink one, of course, because that's color, which is understandable. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Would you go? Sorry, go on, Yanniek.
I dyed my hair like this piece, like turquoise.
Oh yeah,
And it was
turquoise. I
like-
like turquoise.
And it was like in a 6th grade, something like that.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was pretty young.
All
And
right.
I was standing out, but it wasn't like weird or something.
Right, fair enough. When I first dyed my hair, I tried putting turquoise highlights in it, but it didn't go very well, and it kind of just looked like a greeny blonde mess. So then it kind of grew out, and it's fine now. But I'm planning on dyeing it blue very soon. But the goal is not to stand out. It's technically considered an artistic expression, if that. But yeah, I mean, what would you, going back to the clothes subject, what would you say is appropriate to wear out then? Do you think it's appropriate for people to be wearing dog collars? Do you think it's appropriate for people to be wearing?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Exactly. Now, tell me then why, or what you think, why people or Generation Z want to wear that. What is the goal of that?
Because
just
something is wrong with our
weird.
heads.
Right. But then, would you consider that standing out? Because you wouldn't go up to a random person and see them wearing a dog collar, would you?
I mean, yes, 100% you'd stand out. And maybe the people doing this stuff with the dog collars, they're attention seekers.
Right.
That or they have something seriously wrong with their head.
So
But
then,
like,
yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, would you also consider that
okay.
artistic expression or not?
No.
Well,
I mean,
really. Okay.
like, fair enough, dyeing your hair a different color, you know. But at the same time, dog colors. It's in the name, dog.
So
You
then,
know,
would
like
you say
what
it's wrong?
artistic? Yes, I would very much say it's wrong. I mean, like, whatever you want. But as long as you're not harming anyone. If you're walking up to people, going to lick them, now that's a different story. That's just
That's abuse.
you should be going to jail for that.
Right, but
But
then
you know, if you're wearing it in your own house and you like it, and you know you're not annoying anyone or being weird about it, then that's fine. Because you're in your own house, you're doing your own thing. But don't wear it out.
so stereotypically, then you would consider that not normal, right?
Yes,
But then who's to say what
because it's
is
a
normal? Who's to say what is normal? Like I
human clothes.
personally, I don't agree with it. But as long as you're not hurting anyone, then you do you. If you're doing that for the attention, then you do that for the attention. It's not a very good thing to do, but that's up to you. But I don't quite understand. Like, fair enough if it might be artistic expression, but what makes me not understand is why you've got kids now who are 13, 14, and think that wearing dog collars, being an emo, having all these piercings is considered artistic expression. I
don't get it.
I don't see that. Like, no offense, and this isn't indirect to anyone, but I know people my own age who have got piercings galore. They've got ears, eyes,
Get it.
nose, tongues,
Hope they have
mouth.
ears and eyes.
They got all these piercings, but I don't see what makes you comfortable with that. What is it exactly that you wake up in the morning and you decide, I want a piercing on my nose. I want a piercing in my eyeball. What makes
Oh
you
God.
what makes you want to do that? I don't understand. I don't
I
understand.
think I think a lot of it is
I think
ah
it's mostly just attention, honestly.
Right.
that, and they see influencers doing it, right?
Yeah.
So they might do it for a challenge or whatever, and then they keep it. Or they do their, let's just say they do their nose, right? One piercing, you know, that's normal, fine. And then they see a different influencer do their tongue. So they're like, oh, that's also cool. I want to be like him or her. And they do their tongue. And then they see another one with their eye done. So they like, oh, I'm going to do that as well. Now they've got 3 piercings already.
Can
Mhm.
you even get an eye piercing? Is that even a thing?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
an eyebrow piercing.
Or eyebrow piercing, or you can actually get an eyelid piercing, but it would rub against your retina.
Mm,
So,
Not
but
nice.
that's just
the thing is, I'm all for expressing yourself in your own way, but I'm not exactly all for attention, attention, me, look at what I'm wearing, oh, don't you love it kind of thing.
I agree.
It should be a, you know, there should be some kind of normality, but like I said, what is normal? You can't say that brown hair, blue eyes, and a white male is normal. You can't necessarily say that. That's just stereotype.
God.
There's a
Sam,
difference between normal and stereotype. What? What?
you might have to cut that out. Also, cut this part out, right? You literally just described Hitler's fantasy.
No,
Brown
No,
hair,
no,
blue
no,
eyes,
no,
white
no,
male.
was
no.
blonde hair and
His
blue
fantasy
eyes.
was blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, it was blonde.
it was blonde hair.
Okay.
That
Get your
was
history right.
no. That I did
Shush, Dom.
history. I did history. That was called that was a specific race. Hitler considered that a race, and he called it the Aryan race. Okay.
Yes, I did do history.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just thought it was
yeah.
brown, not blonde.
Okay, we forgive
It
you.
was blonde hair, blue
Shush,
eyes,
Dom.
and specifically white people.
Really?
No. But I'm serious though. Like, you don't go like, everyone has their own stereotypes, but who's to say it's normal? Who's to say that, you know, a transgender person isn't normal? You know, that's just a stereotype. So fair enough, we all might have our opinions about it, but we all do our things in our own way, and it goes
Oh.
into a certain thought, let's say. Let's just say that for argument's sake. So if, I don't know, Dom tomorrow turned around to me and said, you know what, Sam, I've been thinking this for a while, I might want to be transgender. I'd be like,
Get
great.
me involved with
I'd
this.
be like, great, but there's still that thought in the back of my mind, like, why? What, did something happen in your life that makes you want to be that? Like, you can't just wake up. Surely it's not you wake up one day and you're like, I want to be a girl. Surely it's something that causes it, cause of effect. I mean, am I wrong for thinking that? Probably
are.
not. It's an opinion. Am I wrong for thinking that certain things aren't considered normal? No, because it's an opinion. And the thing that this generation doesn't understand is opinions. If you make an opinion about something, they're going to immediately be like, oh, you're cancelled. If you say, I don't necessarily,
well,
if you turn around and say, I don't necessarily agree with gay people, they're going to be like, oh, you're cancelled. But the thing is, no one's allowed to have an opinion anymore. They weren't,
true.
and then they were, and now we're not allowed to again. It's like we're going back to the 1900s, you know? It's like we're not allowed to have our own opinion. And that's what bugs me, because no offense to the LGBTQ, fair enough, you know, I'm grateful for you. You've been able to stand up to people who can't stand up for themselves. But don't refuse any kind of opinion. I've had arguments with TikTok on people before because they're like, how dare you? How dare you say something like that? You're gonna get cancelled. And I'm like, but am I not allowed my own opinion? You're having your opinion right now. What's up with that? Can I have mine? Am I allowed that?
I wanted to recommend a topic because I know this is very off topic, but some other stream or whatever. Could we talk about gender equality?
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna say, I was gonna say we'll do it now, but I'll save that for when Ben and Cross here, because I know
Yeah.
Cross has a lot of opinions on that, and I know Ben has a lot of opinions on that. So I want to wait for both
Also
of
have a
them.
lot of opinions on that.
I want to. I
Pop
think.
it into
Yeah, go on.
go on.
Sam.
Pop it into podcast ideas.
Okay. Well, if one of you do that, I'll do it after. But I just wish the generation that we are living in now wasn't so sensitive to everything.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have an opinion, and someone's gonna have a mental breakdown over an opinion.
It's true.
It's the generation we live in, and they're considered snowflakes. We said that earlier, snowflakes. And
Kelly.
it bugs me. Dom, don't say that. Don't say that. We're doing a podcast. People are going to see this. I'll cut that out, but people are going to see this. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go too much. I know we just did, but I don't want to go too much into the snowflake topic or the LGBTQ topic, because I want to save that for a time where we have the people here to give them opinions. For example, Cross. Cross is a big supporter of the LGBTQ, so I want to talk to her about that. And I also want to talk to someone who might not be a big fan of the LGBTQ, because I want to hear honest opinions. And to anyone who's listening or watching now, we're all allowed our own opinion. We might not necessarily agree with it, but it's our opinion. Like I said with the normality thing, who's to say what's right and what's wrong? You know? You're like, fair enough, there are some things that are just despicable and disgraceful that 100% you shouldn't agree with. But at the same time, there are things that the majority of people might not agree with, yet from a certain point of view, it could be correct, you know? But anyway, that's just the kind of opinion topic. That kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. That wasn't what we were going based on, but that kind of just came out of nowhere. I think we'll do one more little topic and then we'll end the podcast for today. Sorry, go on, Yanniek, go on.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Right, there's one. The biggest factor, I don't know if we talked about it much last time, but the biggest thing of the last 2 years, COVID-19. What do you guys have to say about that? I want to hear anything you can give me. Any opinions on it you can.
I've got something to say.
Go ahead.
The best and worst thing to happen to us at the moment. Tell you why. Because not only has it ruined all of our education, it's also given us the chance to focus on other things like our mental health, and it's also given us a chance to focus on like our personal goals.
I'd also argue that for some people it's made their mental health worse. But, you know, fair enough. Um, anything else? Anything else about the subject of coronavirus?
It's ruined a lot of people's lives, including like and just killing family members, like or even friends and stuff. It's gotta be horrible, but like it has sort of like brought change across the whole world because it's made more like people more aware of all this type of stuff. Like I know that I used to think all the time that I'm never gonna get ill. I can just go out and do whatever I want. But truly, that is wrong because I have people that I care about and I could possibly spread that disease to,
Exactly.
and I really don't want to do that. So
Yeah, I get you. I mean, you, with what you just said, you remind me of the majority of the UK. The majority of the UK, excuse my French, but don't give a fuck about this when they need to. Because there
yeah,
are.
it's true.
Hold on a minute. My dad is very on top of this stuff. Recently, it's gotten to just above 46,000 cases. When. Oh, like a day. Just a day, right? When COVID first happened, there was about maybe 20,000 cases a day. So how you can't tell me that COVID isn't real when the numbers are going up by the thousands every day, and it's
Yeah.
worse than it is now than it was when it first began. Like, how could you say that it's fake? How are there people like, oh, don't vaccinate? How are there people like, oh yeah, COVID's a myth? People were dying. People were losing their lives. People were losing families over this shit, and people were taking it like it's a pinch of salt. You know.
Yeah.
Yanniek, Sam, you got anything?
Yeah, no, it's like here in the Netherlands, it isn't like as bad. Like it's in a month, it's going up with like 100 people max. But that's because even the children above the age of 12 are vaccinated, or at least most of them. And
Mm.
I don't think that's already in the UK. So
Nope, that's
that's
not
a
like that over here.
really big difference.
I've only had one dose of my vaccine when I should have had two, but the government are too slow and don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have both my vaccines already like longer than a month. My last one was in August,
Mm,
19th of 19th of
yeah.
August or something. So yeah, that's like kind of weird because
Mm-hmm.
it isn't as bad here as it is there.
Mm.
So I think you guys should be like earlier with the vaccines than we should have been.
I mean, I will say one of the things that makes me hate the UK is our Prime Minister, who is about politics and stuff, even said in a well, I saw it in a newspaper article that he doesn't care if the bodies pile up. People will have to go back to work and school because the it they care too much about the government rather than the people. I don't want to talk about politics because politics is not really my thing, but not even our own prime minister, who's meant to be smart with what he does, doesn't give a shit about any of us. And that's the main role
Yeah,
of a
it's
prime
kinda sad.
minister, you know? Sam, you got anything?
I mean, I love them, I think, like, online schooling, I obviously missed a couple of classes that weren't as important, the ones that you don't have homework and don't have exams in. But, I much preferred online schooling.
Mhm.
And I think it gave a lot of people that hated school a bit of taste of what it's like.
Mm.
They're like, oh, well, I don't miss school that much. I don't hate school as much anymore because I realize how bad it is without it. I'm personally on the other side. I much prefer to be at home doing online school. And I think it also showed a lot of people and it helped the environment as well. Obviously they were all about their, you know, global warming stuff. COVID hit, ton of plants were closed down,
Mhm.
and it is bringing global warming down, which is obviously a good thing, but it's bringing the death pile up.
Mm. Mm. That's true. I mean, I've mentioned a couple times to people, I have asthma. It's not as bad as it was when I was younger, but I have asthma, so I can't exactly risk just going outside because if I catch it, I could die. You know. So for the last 2 years, I've kind of been at home because I can't necessarily do anything. Um, Last year I did a year of college from home, and it was great. Sure, don't get me wrong. It allowed me to get the grades that I wanted. That's fine, but it made me realize how much I actually miss school. It made me realize so much how much I missed it. Right now, I'm not even gonna lie. I would do anything just to go back to school. I'd do anything because when you're in the position of someone who literally cannot physically go out, you kind of have this mental state, and it's like, I want to go out, social interaction. I'm a big social person. I think we all know that, but it sucks. It really sucks, and it's fucked over a lot of people. Obviously, it's killing people, but it also has mentally been bad. It mentally hurt me. I'm not sure about you guys, but it's mentally fucked for me. I mean, I know all of you are going to school. All of you can go to school. I can't do that. I can't physically do that. So it's it's awful. It's awful, and people need to start really caring about it. Well, over here in the UK at least, people need to start caring about it rather than brushing it off and being like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get it. It's not gonna happen. It's not real." Then they get it, they die. Now what? You must be regretting it, you know? There are things recently that happened where people were going on marches saying, "Anti-vax, don't vaccinate. The government are trying to kill you," but they're technically trying to kill us anyway because they don't care. So it makes no sense. But the UK is in shambles. I know America is also in shambles, but it's disgraceful to know that us from the UK have the worst case amounts or anything to do with COVID over here. It's awful, and it makes me disappointed in my country. But anyway, that's a really unhappy situation. That's a really negative kind of note to end on a podcast, to be honest. But it needs to be said and done. It's something that needs to be said because other people won't say it because they don't care. But I'm gonna ask all of you now. I'm gonna go like one by one. What were your thoughts on today's podcast? So I'll start with Sam because I haven't started with Sam yet.
Sorry, go again.
What was your thoughts on today's podcast?
Right, well, I think it was a good contest. I personally preferred it rather than last week's one. Um, we had a lot more interaction with people, and I love the debates.
Mm.
People debating about the console wars and stuff. I think I
Right.
don't know, I just enjoy them. So I much prefer this one.
Okay. Dom, you got anything?
Well, I really personally enjoyed the fact that we could all just speak honestly about the things that we actually think about.
Mm.
Like, because sometimes in the group, like when we're not actually filming, we don't actually do that. Like, we usually just mess around. We don't usually actually speak our minds and speak about what we think.
Mm. I feel
I
like.
feel like
Sorry, go on, go on, go on.
I feel like this podcast is really good for like not even like the channel's growth, but like the group alone, because like all helps us interact like more and get to know each other even more than we already know.
I guess it's a way like an output for everyone to express their feelings that they might not want to personally express when it's like a one-on-one kind of thing. So, like you said, it's a way to find out more about each other, which is great. And to have different people on every week to discuss about different subjects, and then for all of us to go away and actually think about them. So, like when we were talking about school earlier, all of you can take, hopefully, a piece of advice from us, me and Bevan, because we've done it. So, like we said, knuckle down, stuff like that. Just get it done, do it to the best you can, and then you don't have to worry about it again. But yeah, Yanniek, what did you think of today's podcast?
I really liked it to participate in it, and it's like really great to do it, and especially for me because I can just work on my English when speaking and that kind of stuff, because it's really difficult to speak it, but like type is like a really it's really much easier. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. I
Yeah.
mean, at least everyone's benefiting from something from this. So everyone gets something out of this. I get to learn more about you guys. You guys get to learn more about each other. We all learn stuff from each other, and that's great. That's the kind of goal that I was going for with this. When we first started the crew, we wanted to do a podcast. Originally, we were like, "Oh yeah, it'd be funny to do because we can mess around and stuff like that." But we can take it to serious levels because everyone can talk about that, which I hope they can. And if they have an opinion about it, then please do share it. But unless
Uh,
there's anything else you want to say, anyone, go ahead. Please say it now.
I actually want to do one more topic because I actually really like doing this.
Not now. We won't do it this time, but we will do it next time. Save it for the podcast. We have to save all this stuff for the podcast. Have any of you got anything else to say, or are you good? Are you all good? I'll take that as a yes then. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and listen, and whatever you're hearing this on, follow, like, do whatever. If you enjoyed, make sure to stick around for next week's podcast, and we will see you all soon. Bye, guys.